evil blanket fish has awoken.
Let's just make sure that the game is coming in. There we go. But we are continuing with the last story. We finished off the optional quest that turned out to be chapter 20 yesterday, the horror episode at the haunted mansion. I also read in the FAQ afterwards that apparently you can go back in there and just go to like the first room, and there's a chest that has either a dragon fang or a dragon skin. You can go in, collect the chest, leave, repeat, and just kind of farm dragon fangs and dragon skins like that. Which I'm kind of tempted to do, just because I need something to match this ridiculous dragon top that I have him wearing. Which means I'd need another 5 dragon skins.
Master Zale, thank you so much for all your help.
We really can't thank you enough for what you did.
Please, there's no need for all that. I'm just glad everything's all right.
I'll say, I tell you, every night since then...
Horace dear, I think that's quite enough, don't you?
I'm sorry, darling.
Good to see you're doing well.
By the way, Master Zale, feel free to visit my shop whenever you like.
Oh, yes, we'll make sure we give you the lowest prices we can afford.
We'll be waiting.
I don't really care about all this night business. Just let me swing a sword around and enjoy the odd drink. That's all I need. But, I'd hate to work with that prat from the other day. Who did he think he was? Anyway, it's up to you.
I think I'd go for it. I mean, yeah, working for the Count won't be a bed of roses, but I don't think knights have to do so much dirty work. The mercenary business isn't one you stay in for life.
Oh, I'm the worst.
You let someone else eat the lunch I made? You're too nice, you know that?
There was a man in a robe. He kidnapped my daughter. I tried to chase after him, but he tore me to shreds. I didn't stand a chance. Oh, damn it all to hell. What can a normal guy like me do in a situation like this? I've never even touched a weapon before. How can I rescue my daughter? Hey, could you find out? Oh, thank you. First, you'll have to find the man in the robe and follow him.
I think this leads to chapter 21. I guess the question is, if I were to farm that chest for dragon skin and dragon fangs, how the hell do I get back? That's right, there was something. Catch a frog in Fountain Plaza. I thought we were done catching frogs. It was supposed to be something else to do with, like another quest to do with her. Anyway, let's go talk to Mina. Okay, I guess we can't. I guess technically we are still in chapter 19. After we finished the side quest, it went back. I'm supposed to have talked to her 3 times, I think it said, before 23, which I guess means during 22. I think that's the next actual story chapter. I have to go talk to her again. Also said I'm supposed to feed her cat some almonds, but I don't see a cat anywhere that I can do that.
Ah, you bring me 5 dragon skins and...
Okay, chase after the rope man at Fountain Plaza. For some reason I thought it was north of the arena.
Master Zale, you have been summoned.
Also, I still don't know how to go back to the haunted house if I want
Watch where
to.
you're going.
To farm that chest that it was talking about in the FAQ.
Who's that?
It's the one that I made from giving the crazy guy in the alley 5 dragon skins.
What's that?
Zale followed the suspicious man to a tavern. The Flame and Lizard. An unremarkable tavern in a dark corner of the city. Alone, Zale stepped inside.
The man in the robe has to be here somewhere. He's the one who took that girl. You're gonna give me that child you kidnapped.
What child?
Give her back, before something bad happens to you.
Quite cocky, aren't you? But you're out of your league. No one gets in our way and lives.
Dagran! Guys!
You seem to be doing pretty well on your own.
Hope you don't mind us lot barging in anyway.
I don't know. He still seems reckless as ever to me.
It's a raid! On the ground floor! You're gonna regret coming here!
This is getting serious.
We'll show you terror like you've never known.
He looks like the leader.
Right, let's get busy.
Dagran, are we alright using magic in here?
They can pay for it. Fill your boots. Don't tell me you're gonna take it.
You know me so well. I'm gonna get so hammered tonight.
Then let's finish this and get out of here.
Can't hop over the bar? Open that. Oh, it's just hide. And either... Alright, I guess we're going upstairs.
I'll scout ahead, see what's up.
Okay, we'll keep watch.
Not much point in me going upstairs. Tight spaces and fireballs don't mix.
Why is it so quiet?
There's nobody here.
What's going on?
Throwing henchmen over banisters is not scouting.
Having a little fun without us, love?
Ah, there's another door. I'll check this one.
Seren, you and me are on the other one.
Let's do it.
What other one? Oh, this other one. See that.
We won't let you stop the ceremony!
The ceremony, they say. Alright, on to the next room.
It won't open. I wonder how Dagran's faring.
What's this key for? I'll head back and show the others.
Dagran, we found a locked door.
I just happen to have a key. Now, only one door left.
Aw, you two are like brothers. Brings a tear to my eye.
Give it a rest, Seren.
Oh my god, they've got... Let me out! Let me out! This door, and then whatever door the ritual is doing.
Nobody here. The shutter's moving. Maybe I can open it.
Zale, we might be able to get next door from the outside.
Quite an acrobatic plan.
Oh my god, the constant paralyzing. Yeah, you need to die. You're too annoying.
Take this! Gale, you alright?
Hello, boys. Mind if you join in?
Thanks for saving me. Who are you?
Your dad asked us to help you.
Oh, I see. I'd better get home and let him know I'm all right. He must be so worried.
Then we're off too.
Yes! I'm gonna drink some of my spoils.
Okay, so we stopped it. We still have no idea what they were doing.
What the hell? What's this crazy black mist?
Yeah, what's going on?
Something's here.
Darkness can be destroyed with fire. I've got this.
See those braziers? They might help. Knock them over.
I can fight too. You can use my heal magic.
Cheers, kid. Try not to get hurt.
It's not out. Now, before it wears off.
Nice one, Matchy. Keep flat.
Surround it once Urik's magic hits.
That attack steals people's consciousness. Even allies' consciousness is stolen. Diffuse my heal circle. Then they should go back to normal.
The terrifying monster defeated, the mercenaries escorted the girl back to her father. A secret society hidden in an everyday tavern. Even in the glorious light of Lazulis Island, there were places that remained in darkness. For the brighter the light, the greater the shadow it casts.
Okay, and now with a side quest, we can jump all the way to chapter 24. Oh, nice. Pretty sure there was a weapon that I needed Dragon Fangs for to upgrade. Oh, right, I've also got stuff I need identified.
Good to see you again. You're looking pretty strong now. I recently got into the appraisal business. Need anything appraised?
Actually, I think my armor is upgraded with Dragon Fangs.
Ah. Why, if it isn't our favorite customer, Master Zale.
You seem cheerful.
Thanks to you, I've never felt better. I've decided to give up on archaeology. It's far too dangerous. It's the quiet life for me from now on. Just me and Meredith.
Oh, Master Zale, it's good to see you. Wasn't there something you wanted to discuss with him, dear?
Oh, yes. Master Zale, have you heard the rumors about the well in the east of town?
No, I can't say I have. What about it?
Well, you know how the Reptids dig tunnels underground? One of those tunnels seems to have connected to the well shaft. Naturally, when I heard about this, I couldn't help but go and investigate for myself. But I got so excited, I accidentally dropped a very valuable book right down into the well.
Don't tell me the Reptids took it.
Oh, you're very sharp. I'm ever so sorry to trouble you, but would you be willing to recover it for me?
Horace told me he needed that book to devise a way of lifting curses on weapons. I'm so sorry you keep getting mixed up in my husband's madcap schemes like this.
Yep, Dragon Fang and Gnome Silver to upgrade. Hey Kaz, how you doing? Let me look up, see if I can figure out how to go back to that the mansion. Hey Nami, how you doing? That's right, this game doesn't let you tab out while the game is still going. There we go. To actually go to the menu. Main menu, select map, allows you to replay dungeons and quickly jump around. Oh. Okay. Depressing, I'd say. Apparently, I can just walk in to the first room. There's a chest there that has either a dragon fang or a dragon skin. I can get it and then leave and come back. Thank you very much for the resub, Nami. So, did you want to talk about your horrendous days or forget about them? So how do I exit the mission? Let's leave. Because there was supposed to be a way that I could just quit out right after I get that. think the emulator just crashed. Yep. That's the first time that's happened on this game. But I guess take advantage of that and look into how I leave a mission. I specifically put the last. Unfortunately, the name "The Last Story" is not precise enough. Bringing up how to leave the last story mission in all these other games. Do you have to grind? I thought the DLC was gonna be like kind of standalone, like the way Torna was. Exit the dungeon via the menu and repeat. How do I exit the dungeon via the menu? Didn't see that option. Why are some of the side stories like really high level? Okay, so it looks like I did save after I finished the whole thing at the Flaming Lizard. Since the checkpoint save is before this one and it's taking place in it.
Good to see you again. I recently got...
So it's not so much the grinding as the backtracking. So I'm supposed to be able to back out of this after I get the chest from the menu. Fang. It's actually the skins I care more about. So the quick command is multi-purposed. Yeah, I kind of want to get... I want to get another 5 dragon skins so that I can make the bottoms to this so that it'll at least look, you know, at least it'll mesh with itself. Of course, the game seems to be wanting to give me dragon fangs instead of dragon skins. Oh. I mean, technically they're already dead, since their parts are stuffed in a treasure chest. There's one skin. Yeah, it makes you wonder every once in a while, like, in games where they have chests with traps where you open them and they poison you. Like, was that a trap, or was there just something in there that was, like, locked away for so long, it was so putrid that it poisoned you? Two dragon skins. I count these out like Count from Sesame Street. I mean, just imagine, like, some fungus that's been sitting inside like a chest that's probably been exposed to water and rain and everything else. 3 dragon skins. So just imagine some, like, horrible, like, never seen before fungus that's growing inside of a chest. That as soon as you open it, just all the spores hit you in the face. Like, that's gotta be some kind of disease. Four dragon skins. And that's 4. Hey, Hadoru. This is the last story, not to be confused with the Final Fantasy. Because Japanese don't know what last and final actually mean. Although technically in the case of this game, there actually was only one, so... It's not even Final Fantasy either. It's all they've also got like. All right, that's all 5. That's all I needed. Because there was also R-Type Final. Like right now, they're on R-Type Final 3. So, no understanding of the meaning of the word final. Nope, not 4 skins, 5 skins. I have 5 dragon skins. So now I can go make the bottoms to match this top so it doesn't look as weird. Hopefully. Aston. It's over here.
Ah, you have returned. You have gathered all 5 dragon skins. I was right to entrust this task to you. Then, as promised, I will now demonstrate my secret art. Now, if I may ask a person... I see. Wait, just one moment.
Yeah, they were about to go out of business and they made that game. It was supposed to be the final game for the company if it didn't work out. But even still, once you start adding numbers at the end of something called final,
the land is dying.
You've lost all meaning of the word.
Can change things for the better, Zale.
Okay, it matches now, but it still looks kind of ridiculous.
Why, if it isn't our favorite,
You seem cheerful.
thanks to... I've decided...
Oh, Master.
Oh, yes.
No,
Well, naturally, but I got...
don't tell me that.
Oh,
Horace, I'm so sorry you keep...
Oh, right, I forgot to talk to the dad to get the 3 dragon franks from him. I did it the first time, and then when it crashed, I forgot to do it again. I mean, Capcom goes full algebra with their namings. They add numbers, letters, random special symbols. Now I need that and no silver. So that's as far as I can go for now. Alright, so well on the east side. The one opposite the market.
Master Zale, you have been
Oh, is it marked for me? Is that it right there?
Well, this is definitely a cave.
Who'd have thought we'd find something like this down here?
I wonder where it leads to.
That is the question. But it looks like it must have been made by hand.
Oh, okay. Dagrin, you're gonna have to get out of the way.
Wind. It's coming from ahead.
Yeah, let's go. Bam! I knew he'd do that.
Zale, smash!
I must say, it's quite the underground kingdom they've got here.
Oh, so I guess all those times we've seen reptids just appear.
Yep.
There!
Found them. Come back here!
Healer, sorcerer, reptid venom. I've seen that one before, and there's 2 of them. All the archers have to have paralyzing arrows.
Looks like we got them all.
Clever old Lowell, eh?
Hey, it wasn't that great. I know you love me, but still.
Sometimes you talk too much.
Better than falling for the same trap twice.
Boy.
Anything else? Is something over there. How do I get to it? Do I have to go the long way around or breakable? I don't see any way to it. Unless I have to get it later. Maybe this loops around after we go through the door.
There's one. Yeah. Careful. They're planning something. What the? Mines! Why, you little... This is starting to really piss me off.
Yeah, walls are kind of a suggestion. Hey, RNG, how you doing? Okay, the witch needs to die first. Those damage circles are bad. Hey, what happened to luring their scouts out? Why is everybody running forward? Okay, good, they stopped. What? Oh, really? You would have to die somewhere where I can't get to you easy? It's the witch. God damn it.
What's this? A bit big for a charm. Maybe an ornament? Or an offering?
If it's an offering, maybe it's for that big statue thing.
Who did that? Great. He's stuck. Somehow he died there. I revived him, and now he doesn't know how to get back. Fucking damage circles. Alright, so we have 3 ivory fangs now.
Big statue. Is it some kind of god?
Maybe the reptids worship it.
It is big. Well made, too.
There must be.
Those fangs we found must go here. Perfect fit. It's moving.
Whoa, look at that.
Stairs.
Woo! Get an eyeful of all this lovely treasure!
Never seen this stuff before. Are these correct markings? This is like a museum.
Up ahead.
Maybe we can aim through those bars.
Aha, well spotted. Give it a go. You could probably shoot your crossbow through there.
Jesus, they one-shot you. And there's a damage area under us. This may have been a mistake. That one was kind of close. You dropped anything over here? I swear the worst part is the witches. Like, that damage area just eats you up. Can you get out of the damn way so I can go get that item? Two rare items and he's blocking the damn way. Let's see if we regret this. Ignore that for a bit. There are witches.
Somebody's been drinking their milk.
Bloody thing slobbered all over me.
Well, you do just run at things without a hint of caution.
Sorry, sir. Won't happen again, sir.
Once the witches are gone, why is everything
Swallowed by that
blurry?
thing.
Let's take it down before we're lunch.
Building this go. Zale, shove a bomb down his throat.
Lowell, pray a diversion.
What the hell? I don't want to be lizard food. Good luck, Lowell. Hey!
Sorry, Lowell.
Zale, chuck a bomb at it before I get completely digested. Farewell! Ah! All right.
Probably turn this off if I need to put bombs on this thing. Otherwise it's just gonna follow me around everywhere. So do the witches have a second spell that just makes the whole screen go blurry? Because they didn't put down a damage circle, but everything was blurry as hell until I killed the witches. There's the book that Horace lost. Guessing they used it to summon that thing.
More stairs.
I'm shedding pounds just looking at them.
Yeah, right. They're just stairs, you wimps. Come on. 1, 2, 3.
Just stairs, eh? You lost count? I didn't. 3,595, 3,596, 3,597.
I ain't moving. I'll just live here.
You always have the best ideas.
And so Zale and the others eradicated the Reptids and their queen. After their long climb, they were welcomed into a new day by the warm rays of the sun.
Yeah. Slaughtering the Reptids and their queen. Easy. The stairs to get back to civilization, that's what murdered the party. Alright, I think that's all the side stuff I can do right now. So I think it's time to go talk to the Count and give him our answer.
It's a difficult decision. Just be sure to consider your own feelings first and foremost. I feel certain that Callista would like you to do the same. I doubt any of us will criticize you, no matter what you decide.
Oh no. So I'm just now finding out about this.
Hi, everybody!
Hey Ragnar, how you doing? I don't know. Maybe if I change the colors. Here we go. Will be a blue dragon. No, since it's Miss Walker.
The Count's...
Master Zale, the Count awaits you.
Have you come to a decision? Soon you will become a knight, and if you perform well, then I would consider letting you marry Callista. That doesn't sound so bad, does it? You've made the right choice, good boy. Now my mind is at ease. Callista is sure to be happy as well. Excellent. I hereby grant you this sword, treasured within the Argonan family. Things will get a lot busier around here. I'm expecting great things from you.
Effective against nature enemies, and there's no enemies that can absorb star damage. So that just sounds like upgrade this and use it forever.
I have gathered you all here for a very important announcement. This horrific assault has taught us one thing, that the threat of the Gorak has by no means been consigned to history. Fortunately, the crisis was averted. But the Gorak may be planning to strike again. You must realize I will not sit back and simply wait for this to happen. And so I declare today we shall take the fight to the Gorak continent. For at last, we have the power to make this a reality. A man with the mark of the Outsider has appeared, and he will awaken an ancient power hidden deep in the island. Gentlemen, I give you Zale, our savior. He will allow us to achieve our greatest ambition, to destroy the Gorak and bring peace to the Empire. These two fine men, Zale and Dagran, have already dealt the Gorak a significant blow by heroically assaulting their frontline base. Therefore, today I officially name these two knights in training and retainers of my court. Grant them your full support.
Callista. Callista, please, you have to understand.
I'm sorry. I don't think we should see each other anymore.
And so Zale and Dagran became knights in training and official retainers of the court. Their dream was finally within their grasp. It seemed that their days of fighting for survival might soon come to an end. The wheels were in motion. Yet Zale still harbored some doubt.
Well then, here's to Zale and Dagran, the new knights in training. Cheers!
Cheers! Can't believe it's finally happened. You're on the road to becoming knights. I'm proud like you wouldn't believe.
What are you proud of? You didn't do anything.
You're joking. Without me fighting by their side, they'd never have made it this far.
Can we not enjoy a friendly drink today, without all the usual bickering?
So, I guess it's all out war with the Gorak then. Looks like we'll all get a chance to show our stuff.
Exactly. Zale and I may have been picked first, but you've all been made official retainers in Count Argonen's court. The dream is for all of us to be knights. I won't stop working towards that.
I can just see the look on Sir Hoity-Toity's face when he finds out we're knights.
Zale, what's wrong? This is supposed to be good news. Oh, it's nothing.
Are you feeling disheartened because you weren't able to see Lady Callista?
Don't be down in the dumps. Women change their mind from one second to the next.
Indeed. Never has a truer word been spoken.
What are you saying about me?
Ah, that really hurts. Oh.
Now I'm all hot and bothered. Guess it's time for what you've all been waiting for.
What? What have they been waiting for?
Alright, strongest armor or not, I can't walk. Hunter armor. Okay. Feathers for casters. Nope. It looks like we're just going back to heavy.
Zale! It'll be great.
Careful, Zale. You won't escape till morning. Although, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. What have you got to lose?
think I need to...
Zale! Come here and... It'll be great. Ah, come on! Hurry up and get over here. We've got pieing to do.
Okay, so I guess this is not the point where I can go finish that quest with Mina. Probably afterwards.
Zale! Come here and chat for a bit.
Right here.
It'll be great.
Careful, Zale. You won't escape till morning.
The mercenaries' celebration carried on until dawn. And the next morning,
Why's that guy want to find a master of archery anyway?
Weird sort of thing to be looking for, if you ask me.
Why's that guy want to find a master of archery anyway? Oh, Zale! Has that little discussion caught your interest?
Can you tell me a bit more?
I don't see why not. There's a guy dressed in blue, over in Fountain Plaza. He hassles everyone who comes past, asks if they know a master of archery. Apparently, he's just dying to meet one for some reason. That's a point. You're not bad yourself, are you? Why not go and see him?
So that side quest finally showed up. Actually, shit, first I think I had some stuff to play. Yeah, stuff that gets appraised.
You look worried, Zale. They say worries dull the blade. And you better not be dulling any of mine. Got it?
Apparently this bow quest is repeatable.
I hear Horace has been sneaking out and going on archaeological digs behind my back. He doesn't think I know about this, of course. Well, I suppose there's no helping it. He loves his archaeology so much, it would be cruel to try and stop him. I'm just glad he spends more time at home these days. But if he knows that I know, it'll only encourage him. So mum's the word.
And why did you even tell me? So it's 25 less attack, but it's also of an element that nothing resists. So I need to up another enchanter for her.
Hello? Would you happen to be a master of archery?
I don't know about master. I'm still only a knight in training.
Oh, I see, I see.
If you have a problem with that, I'll be going.
No, not at all. There's actually a little something I'd like to ask of you. I want you to fire this arrow through a certain person's heart.
I'm not an assassin.
No. You have to hear me out to the end.
Oh, hey there, Zale. Why the face like you just ate a lemon?
This man was just asking me to kill somebody with this arrow.
No way. Is that a real charm arrow?
A charm arrow? I've heard the rumors, but is this really?
That's quite correct. I'm not talking about murder. This arrow won't harm anyone. But it does have the power to melt the heart of any beautiful lady in the world.
Sounds like a tool for the kind of kid who can't pick up a lady on his own.
Shut up! How could a guy with your good looks understand what it's like for me?
Wow, you're a lost cause. Even your heart is twisted and ugly.
What did you say?
All right. Let's just get this over with, shall we?
It's that girl over there, in the pale blue dress. Don't go any closer or she might spot you. Yes!
A perfect hit!
Zale, I never knew you could be so cruel. You know what happens next, right?
When the arrow wears off, you mean? I think our friend needs to learn that dreams don't come true quite so easily.
Man, that's harsh. What are you? A proper wolf in sheep's clothing?
I'll buy you anything you want. Anything.
Really? Oh, how wonderful. I don't think I've ever found anyone quite so attractive. Wait, what? What? Who in the world are you filthy man?
What are you talking about? It's me, you remember?
I've never met you in my life, you freak! Get away from me!
What? Hey! Wait!
Well, he got what he deserved.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently you can repeat that every chapter for another 2 arrow damage. So let's go see if we can finish up with Mina. Oh. Not letting me talk to her. Am I supposed to go talk to the Count again? Got another book to read.
I don't know how much.
There exist 2 spells that can be commanded only by those in whom the blood of Argonon runs thick. Because they are intended to protect the awesome power that is the Outsider, they may only be invoked in the presence of one who bears the Outsider's mark. First of these spells serves to protect others from harm by surrounding their bodies with magic. Known as Ancient Barrier, the spell can protect its targets from any form of attack. The power to protect one's comrades is a great blessing indeed. The second of these spells calls upon the power of a sentinel beast, one of the twin dragons charged with the protection of the Outsider. However, strict conditions must be met in order to perform this spell. Most notably, the caster must earn the recognition of the sentinel beast to be summoned, and it may only be called forth in a situation worthy of doing so. So that the sentinel beast shall not be summoned needlessly, use of this power will only be permitted during times of great crisis, in which the human power of the Argonon family alone is insufficient. So at some point we're going to get a summon, is what I'm hearing.
The Count...
Master Zale, the Count summons you and your companions.
Dagran, when did you get here?
Not long before you did. The Count and I were just discussing matters.
Today, we will set forth for the Gorak continent.
Huh? Today? My lord, isn't that a bit too soon? Surely the fleet needs time to prepare.
I can certainly understand your doubts. Dagran, tell him.
There's a legend on this island of a fortress that crosses the seas.
What? What does that even mean?
It's just what it sounds like. A fortress you can steer like a ship. Once upon a time, it charged across the sea and drove the Gorak from the Empire. So the story goes, anyway. The founder of the House of Argonon left writings about it. But no one alive today has seen it for themselves, and no other evidence remains. According to those writings, however, a man with the mark of the Outsider will have the ability to reawaken the fortress.
Aha. So the one who can bring back this legendary fortress is our very own Zale.
Exactly. And we're going to turn that legend into a reality. We're going to a place under the castle called the Realm of Ascendancy.
And what's that when it's at home?
It's a sealed area. One that will open only for the man who bears the mark of the Outsider. When he gets there, Zale will need to reach out to the island itself in order to uncover the Fortress of Legend. Of course, there's some kind of trial we have to pass before we can get there.
Oh yeah? What kind of trial are we talking about?
It's best if we see it for ourselves. That's all the Count said.
If he doesn't know, why doesn't he just admit it?
Seren.
It is time for you to prove your loyalty.
Staircase, huh?
A knight lives to defend the people. How shameful that this is forgotten.
The Count is waiting in the castle depths.
Oh crap, there was another... was one more side quest that I was supposed to be able to do. With the fortune teller. castle. Oh, okay, so happiness is what she tells, the stuff she would tell you before. Okay, so saying I don't really want to know more about you is the right answer? Doesn't seem like there's actually any reward for this.
Ow! What's the big idea? Ow! What's the big idea? Oh, you're that knight in training. I see you have the attitude down already.
Master Zale, you have been so...
Okay, still not time for... Okay, I guess we just go do the stuff we need to do in the castle. has just turned to 4 my time, so I'm going to go ahead and take my break. And when I come back, we'll continue with the story. Alright, let's go. It's not where I was supposed to go.
In my day, a knight would never show such disgraceful behaviour. Ah, how lamentable it is to grow old.
A knight lives...
I just can't get enough.
Now I feel I could stand... Now I feel I could stand here forever.
Where are these stairs leading down?
I just can't get enough of being
A knight lives to defend the people.
That answers that question.
Master Zael, please use the secret stairs to enter the castle depths. Here is the device to activate them. The Count is waiting in the castle depths.
Ah, you're here. Where are the others?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
All present and correct?
The realm of Ascendancy lies at the end of a passage guarded by dark spirits. These spirits will only reveal themselves to one with the Outsider's power. Without it, they cannot even be seen. Zael, you must use your power to overcome them.
So that's the trial.
Naturally, I do not doubt you will succeed in reaching the realm of Ascendancy. However, you must leave a number of your companions here with me. Not that I expect you to betray me, but you understand.
Never hurts to be careful, huh?
I'll go with Zael. The rest of you wait here.
May I join too?
Miranya?
Makes sense, doesn't it? The two of you can't heal on your own. She'll help out loads.
I guess you're right. Fine.
What's up? You worried? You can do it, mate. Go on, off with you.
Dagran will batter you if you keep him waiting. Bring back some beer.
Let's go, Zale. Don't worry, I'm with you every step of the way.
What are you doing? We can't leave this place until you're finished.
What is the delay? Go now!
Tell me you're not thinking of keeping the Count waiting.
The path to the realm of ascendancy. Nothing stirred in its desolate corridors. But there was something there. A warped presence. An inescapable feeling of dread that sullied the air.
What is this place?
I know it's inside the castle, but that seems impossible.
Yeah, I can't get my head around it.
Since they said I wouldn't even be able to see the enemies without this.
Oh my. An unpleasant spirit is flying around. I think it's guarding something.
Hey, look. His robe. Is he a mage? Excuse me?
No, Zale! Don't go near him!
Huh?
There's something wrong. This is no normal spirit. It's as if it's something from another dimension entirely. We have to fight this dark spirit.
Where did that come from?
They just keep on getting weirder.
I think that mage is controlling the dark spirit.
Focus on taking out the big freak. Leave the mage for after.
If you two get in the spotted body, fall back to my magic spell.
Okay, this one is down. Focus on the other one.
Our plan is working. Look, the mage...
No good. I can't touch him.
What? Are you serious?
Maybe only the bearer of the Mark of the Outsider can fight on their level. Zale, you're the only one who can harm the mage. It's up to you.
I'll get him. Just cover me!
He's a rather tough fellow to hit.
Sadly, we can't pick our fights right now. We just have to follow this.
I don't like this trial.
I'm sure there'll be plenty more fighting to do. Chin up, Zale.
He's right, Zale. But take care not to hurt yourself.
It's moving!
The Outsider's Mark grants some unusual powers.
What the?
Who designed this place?
Oh, what a weird place. It's all upside down and topsy-turvy.
A dead end. Or not.
A door? No, it's a gate. Well, something's up there.
I think that's the door we need.
I see. But I think we might have some difficulty getting to it.
There's bound to be a way. Find it.
Oh, of course.
This room. It's rotating. Amazing. Okay, it worked.
Oh, now we can reach the gate.
I don't see what this trial proves.
Spirit attacks and magic. Okay, so Dogran right now, but other party members will eventually get a super move.
I think the Dark Spirits are trying to test us in some way.
Well, all we can do now is move on. So that's the way.
Looks like if we overcome the trial, the path will be open to us.
Some of those living dead can administer poison. Please watch out for that.
That's why you're here, Mirani.
Zale, draw the enemies from you and protect Mirania. Mirania is our only lifeline in this place.
It's over.
Good. Let's hurry back. Maybe the path's open.
Whoa.
The stairs are ready and waiting.
I hate to think what's behind that door.
I think there was one more door we could have gone through. That one. Wonder if I missed out on anything.
Still a long way to go.
Let's keep alert. It's impossible to predict what's coming next. Oh my! How embarrassing!
Hey, how very ladylike of you.
Well, it's perfectly natural. Wait, I can sense two spirits.
What the hell are they?
did it.
Is it over then?
I hope so. But there's no point worrying about it. Come on.
Oh,
Are you okay? What was that noise?
What noise? I didn't hear any noise.
Right. Well, tell us if you do hear something.
Yeah, you can finally upgrade that weapon that needed that.
Oh, it's a dead end, which can only mean...
The realm of ascendancy.
But how do we get in? There's no obvious gate or anything.
Hey, heads up. Something's coming.
It's huge. I'm terrified.
Its size isn't the problem. It's far too fast for us.
Swords aren't gonna hurt this thing.
Zale, perhaps my magic will work.
Let's give it a try. Zale, assess the situation and give...
You can order me anytime. Zale, I knew that magic would work.
Zale, it's weak.
I can still feel its presence nearby. I have a terrible feeling about this. Dagran's mind has been taken over.
Hey! Dagran!
If he enters one of my heal circles, he'll be just fine. The undead are everywhere.
Take this!
Boss is can only be hit with magic. Or at least has to be hit with magic before we can damage him. I'm sure glad we only brought one healer, one magic user.
I've seen it all now.
I have a terrible feeling about this. Dagran's mind has been taken over.
Hey! Dagran!
If he enters one of my heal circles, he'll be just fine.
That's great, you have to cast heal first. Because you're not casting heal, you're just casting the offensive one.
It's devouring souls. How terrible.
Like, that's both times that Dagran's gotten taken over. She's like, if he enters one of my heal circles, he'll be fine. No heal circles anywhere, and that's not what she's casting.
Zale, enemy reinforcements. The undead are everywhere.
Where'd he go?
Marania, he's being controlled.
It's devouring souls. How terrible. We've come this far. We cannot afford to lose now.
Marania!
The secret of Lazarus Island holds the answer. Now the land is dying too. That's why I had to come here. I apologize if I got in the way.
You'll only get in the way of it.
Zale, enemy reinforcements. The undead are everywhere.
Oh, are you kidding me? Have to do a whole nother round when it has like no health left?
Reinforcements. The undead are everywhere.
That didn't count?
So this is the realm of Ascendancy. So, Dagran, what do I do now?
A pulse. Something is definitely happening.
Liberate us. We can endure no more. Let us leave here. It hurts so much.
What was that? Was it the voice of the island itself? It's suffering. Why is it in so much pain?
As I thought.
man whose heart is like ours.
I remember. Your voice.
We called out to one another, that we may be one again. Raise your arm to the heavens, and invoke us.
Zale. Is everything all right?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Zale and the others left the realm of Ascendancy, but the mysterious voice, the pulse that shook the entire island, and the blue light that surrounded Zale, these puzzling signs hinted that perhaps things were only just beginning for Zale and his friends.
It seems you overcame the trial without incident.
Yes, sir.
At last, the prophecies are being fulfilled.
Yeah.
Now give the command. Reawaken the legendary fortress.
Uncle, please don't do this. It'll lead to disaster.
Know your place, wench. Now, give the command.
Keep away from me, peasant. You should know your... Keep away from me, peasant. You should know your place. Keep away from me, Keep away from me, peasant.
I assume the only way to push the story forward is to actually do what he says, but... Fuck him. Alright, fine. Go do it.
You don't need to prepare. Do it now.
Hear me! Outsider!
The legendary moving fortress turned out to be the island itself, and so Lazarus Island set course for the Gurak continent. The noble guests at the castle were surprised at the sudden turn of events, having expected a wedding. However, they gladly assented to the Count's plan, well aware of the fame such an expedition could bring them. As they hurriedly began to make preparations for the impending battle against the Gurak, Lazarus Island echoed with more noise than usual. Several days passed.
So we got the fortress.
Not to lose yourself.
So when do we get the summon?
Power is best used by someone with the strength of heart to wield it.
I wonder. Did I do the right thing? Hope I did.
Oh, absolutely you didn't.
What is going on here? Now he's a savior, that filthy, shabby cur of a mercenary. The Count must have lost his mind. He's not only corrupted Callista, he's got to the Count as well. You two!
Yes, my lord.
Watch Zale like a hawk.
Yes, my lord.
I want every minute detail.
Yes, my lord.
He's just some tricky little upstart, that's all. I must destroy him no matter what. They'll all see.
Yes. Okay, understood.
I think this might be the last chance to see if we can go finish off that quest with Mina. Sure what all that did. Okay, I need to go back to her after I become a knight, and then I get the reward for it. So someone wants to talk to me in the courtyard.
Who are you? Who sent you? Answer me! I'm just gonna have to beat it out of you. Who are you? You're gonna help me? We have to finish this first, but then I want some answers. Wait! Why is this happening? Why are you after me? Who sent you?
Think I'll talk?
No!
So where did that person that helped me?
Cythereus is at the lookout point. Don't keep your superiors waiting. How is it? The feeling of having your very own island?
What are you talking about? I don't own the island.
With that power, you are capable of moving the entire island as you see fit. If that is not ownership, then what is?
I'm not going to use this power for my own gain.
Just remember this. The fate of many lives will depend upon how you decide to use that power. Those who bear power must also accept the responsibility that comes with it.
Responsibility.
We would like to say with great power comes great responsibility. Then we'd get sued.
Isn't that... General Lestar and Orania?
That's precisely why I'm making this request. Please, this island is quickly losing its power.
I am truly humbled by your...
Then please, General.
What's that about?
Oh, Zale. What are you doing here?
You first. What were you and the General talking about?
Oh, nothing. Just talking about the world. Traveling. Oh, Zale. What are you doing here?
You first. What were you and the General talking about?
Oh, nothing. Just talking about the world. Traveling.
So why is Mirania lying to us?
Oh, it's blowing a gale. It's positively ruining my hair. It would, now that the island is moving. The salt can't be too good either. That Master Zale. I can't believe there's really gonna be a...
Thing here.
Ah, Zale, my boy, how do you like my humble abode?
I'm still getting used to it, sir.
Just take your time. It will be a while before we reach the Gurak continent.
Count, may I please ask you something?
You may.
Sir, our current campaign, do you think it's really necessary?
Well, strictly speaking, it is not vital in order to protect the Empire. But as a mercenary, you would have seen firsthand the dire situation of the Empire's lands.
Yes, sir.
The land's power wanes year by year. That is why the Empire is in a continual state of civil war.
The land's power?
That's right. Lazarus Island is the heart of commerce within the Empire. Believe me, I know. Nobles are fighting over territory to supplement their poor harvests. Soon it will consume us all. We have need of new land, fertile land. That's where the Gurak continent comes in.
So you intend to colonize the Gurak continent, sir?
That's right. Then we can stop the war and save the people. Do you follow?
Yes, sir.
I have high hopes for you, my boy. Don't let me down.
So they used up the land they had, and now they're going to go commit a genocide to take more land.
I can't believe there's that master Zag.
Another ancient book, you say?
Lord Gerard.
I hear that man they released, Zale, is quite the swordsman.
He couldn't possibly compare to us noble knights.
Hey, you look kind of down. Anything you want to talk about?
This whole outsider thing bothers me. I felt something weird in the realm of ascendancy. Like I was in a whirlpool surrounded by thoughts and emotions. And they were calling out to me, to set them free. I think the outsider is a lot more than we think it is.
And? So what if it is? Look, Zale. Jural still hasn't given up on his attempts to try and get rid of us. It's not just Jural either. I'll bet there are loads of people here who'd be happy to see us gone. This place is a battlefield, just like any other. Do you understand, Zale?
I know, but...
It's fine to think about the outsider a bit, but try to prioritize your survival first.
Right.
Too new. Our Grant land is covered by forests, symbols of life itself, but there are few who truly understand the nature of these complex living beings. The roots of a forest trees reach deep below the ground, intertwining with one another to form a vast information network. So deeply connected are their lives that it would be no exaggeration to call them one giant organism. Somebody watched Avatar before they made this. Over millennia, the forest developed a consciousness of their own. It's manifested as beings known as Guardians. It is said that in times of crisis, the Guardians will send forth their emissaries to guide humanity and aid them to avert danger, perhaps in human form or in the guise of an animal. As a result of the blight that has plagued our land in recent years, many once proud forests have begun to waste away, causing much concern among the people of the land. Where once the Guardians were frequently sighted in all parts of the land, in recent years these sightings have steadily declined. There are even some who claim that these beings have died out completely. The outsider has responded to the strength of my emotions and granted me its power. I found myself able to call forth a shining light from my right hand. Upon doing so, all hostile beings, both human and monster alike, began to direct their hatreds towards me alone, losing all self-control and attacking me in a violent frenzy. Naturally, this situation exposed me to great danger, but through this self-sacrifice, the power granted me the unprecedented opportunity to protect my allies from harm. It enabled me to dominate the battlefield and bring the fighting to a swift and decisive end. More wondrous still, it granted me the ability to revive those who had collapsed from their wounds in battle. I only wish it were possible to resurrect those who had passed away naturally or been fatally wounded, but alas, it seems that even this miraculous power has its limits. It can aid only those who have fallen in battle. Perhaps this power too came from me as a result of the outsider resonating with the sorrow that has consumed me in this age when it seems that life has lost all value. I have named the miraculous abilities that I have been granted the power of the outsider. The outsider possesses all the emotions of man. One cannot discount the possibility that one day someone will emerge who will use its power to bring about death and destruction. I dread to think what ruinous powers could be unleashed from the darker emotions we possess. The outsider's power is neither good nor evil, but depends upon the emotions of he who bears its mark. This must not be forgotten, and those who are pure of heart should be permitted to approach the outsider. Okay, so we talked to Dagran.
I hear that man they released, Zale, is quite the swordsman.
I'm guessing maybe we need to go talk to Callista, move the story forward.
Foreign trade will... Even in a strong wind.
That Master Zale. I can't believe this.
Oh, damn it. Did I get turned around doing that? Hitting that thing to watch?
Callista, I just want to see you.
Please, I don't want to talk right now.
Callista, I just...
Please.
I can defeat that spineless cur, no problem. I just need to know how.
mean, I've been almost all the way through the castle. I'm about to look up what it is I'm supposed to be.
Oh, it's blowing a gale!
Talk to him.
Good day, Master Zale. Finally on the path to becoming a knight, I see. Hmm? You seem rather down. What's wrong? Ah, you're worried about Lady Callista. Can't say I blame you, lad.
I can't help but think that I made the wrong decision.
Then perhaps you ought to forget the fair maiden and escape the island.
No, I couldn't do that. Never.
Then you have nothing to fear. Simply follow the path you believe in.
The path I believe in?
First, just concentrate on becoming a knight. Accomplish that, and it's not unreasonable to assume you'll have the Count's ear.
General Astar, please will you take me as your pupil?
What?
Right now, I have no idea what I should do to become a true knight. So please, would you train me?
You ought to know. I am extremely strict with my pupils. Are you sure about this?
Yes, sir. I'm prepared to do anything it takes.
Then it is decided. In this castle, there is a place where we can see if you have the potential to become a knight. However, so many lost their lives that it became forbidden to even go there. Want to try it?
I accept the challenge.
I admire your resolve. Let's be off then.
A forbidden tower, built to train the elite knights of Lazulis Island, but abandoned due to the brutality practiced within.
It's kind of like the
Zale
arena.
Headed to that tower, together with General Astar.
I believe Cythereus is the only soul to have braved this tower in decades. Zale, it is time. Steel yourself for the challenge ahead.
By my honor, I shall do my best.
There are 5 levels to this tower. Complete a trial, and the path to the next level will open before you. Now let the first trial commence. Ahead you will find a child and mage waiting for you. Ensure that the child crosses the bridge safely. Then work with the mage to defeat the enemies. Now open the door and begin.
Hey, gamer, how you doing? What are you playing today? Playing Fortnite. How did you do?
I have to pass these trials, no matter what. The kid's made of stone.
Thanks for helping me.
Sure.
I want to be with my mummy. Would you take me to the other side?
Okay, let's go. Okay. All I have to do is get the kid to the other side safe and sound.
Thanks again.
Alright. Sleep well. Thank you for the raid. We'll see you around.
Great! Now I just have to shut those archers up.
Oh, I haven't. All this time I thought I had already revived the mage.
Well done. Defending the weak and protecting your allies are fundamentals. Now on to the next trial. Strength. How can you protect anyone without strength? Let your blade guide you and vanquish your enemies.
So this one's just a normal fight?
I have to defeat all of them by myself. No problem. That knight's different to the others. There's something about him.
Oh, it saw me through the wall? More of them. Bring it on.
guy is tough.
Why can I not kill this guy?
Excellent. With strength like that, you will be able to overcome any crisis.
Alright, so what's round 3?
Trial 3. A test of intelligence and decision-making in battle. You must prevail in battle. However, you have the aid of only one ally at any time. To change your ally, you must awaken another warrior from his eternal slumber. Lose a single ally and you will fail. Now, mighty swordsman, are you prepared for the challenge ahead?
The battle is about to commence. No time to lose.
Am I about to fight a bunch of stuff that can only be hurt with magic or something? Alright, so how am I supposed to kill this guy this time? Last time I just knocked him off the level, but that's not an option this time. Run up the wall. Nothing I do damages.
Magic is best against that armor.
By your command.
What the hell are you casting, dude? Do I have to literally tell him to cast? Is he that dumb? Oh, he's getting blocked by something. God damn it, not you! There we go, finally.
Well done, lad. You have but 2 trials left. Let us move on to the 4th trial. You have 6 allies. Your role will be to support them to the best of your ability. You must learn to know the extent of your own strength to secure victory. Now.
I'll try and draw the enemy's attention. Those mages are a real pain. Diffusing their magic should help.
Can't jump over that? Alright, final trial. What's it gonna be?
Many trials in life can only be overcome by working together with your comrades. It is no easy feat to reach the final room. You must be prepared to face death itself. Your final opponent is me. Fight with all your strength.
Why does it ever get the one I want in time?
Is this all you have? Therius would be in hysterics. It's time, Zale.
Above!
Yeah. Do not hold back. I told you, you must accept death.
But, General...
Hesitation in battle will kill you, lad. And it will not be just your death, either. Do not fear risking your life. If you do, you are no knight. How can you hope to protect Lady Callista like this? Foolish boy! I shall end you! Overcome me! Escape the jaws of death! Now, witness my resolve. Not bad. Nice attack, lad. What's wrong? Did you not pass all of the trials properly? Perhaps you are not the man I thought you were.
So is he just gonna guard and hit me after I attack him?
Don't give up. Fight back. To give up is to die. Come, Zale.
Above! Again! Come away! I'll do it! I'll overcome you, General. I'll protect all that's dear to me, even if it costs me my life.
Yes. Hone your body and soul, lad. Show me your resolve. And know that this is a knight's greatest weapon. What's wrong? Did you not pass all of the trials properly? Your attack is useless. The same attack? It won't work. Boy, you take me for a fool? Not bad. Nice attack, lad.
The roll doesn't recover fast enough to hit him, like trying to dodge his attacks. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing there. If I try to roll past his attack, like he's already blocking before I could do anything after the roll.
It is no easy feat to reach the... It's time, Zale.
Don't tell me that's what I'm actually supposed to be doing, is just attacking him as he runs towards me, just going defense. Is that really all there is to this fight?
Is this all you have? Therius would be in hysterics. Boy, I shall end you. Now, witness my resolve. Your attack is useless. What's wrong? Child's play. Child's play. The same attack, it won't work. Not bad. Nice attack, lad.
Take this!
Above! Again! Other way!
What's wrong? Did you not pass all of the trials properly? tackler. How can you hope to protect Lady Callista like
Yeah,
this?
could have swore I dodged that one.
Above! Come above! Below! Above! Other way! Above!
Masterfully done, Zale. You have successfully passed every single trial. I salute you.
I am humbled by your words. I owe you my thanks, General.
Nonsense. You did it by yourself. You proved you have everything it takes to be a knight. To commemorate the occasion, I give you this. This is the first gift the Emperor ever gave me.
No, I can't accept something so important. I mean, I've still got so much to learn.
That is precisely why I wish you to have it. Zale, when you feel doubt, look at this. Look at it and remember how you feel now.
I will, General Astar.
Did I get that for leveling, and did I get that as part of the story? Because that would have helped a lot during that fight. Just as the target line shines white, press R to guard and reflect the magic back at its caster. Well, that was just... He says that when he's in his power-up state, where he dodges everything until you hit him. And basically, I hit him with Gale to knock him out of it. It seems that if you put the center point of Gale behind him and put it to the side so that it doesn't actually collide with him, it hits him from behind no matter what. Hitting him with vertical slice is something you have to kind of set up beforehand and then wait for him to run into range.
Sir Zale. You must show me just how capable you are.
Is this poison?
You're not gonna beat me. This is nothing. Just you wait. I will be a knight.
Though he was still only a knight in training, Zale felt the pride of a true knight. He left the tower with his head held high.
Really think it's time we just assassinate Geralt. Make it look like something really embarrassing, like died on the toilet or something.
I heard that you successfully passed the trials.
I like the fact that as he opens the door, like the light is just beaming through the window onto him.
Yeah. Sorry if that bothers you.
Quite the contrary. I'm a little impressed. It seems you're after more than just a fancy title after all. However, the Knight's path is not so easy. There are times when you must be prepared to give your life in order to do your duty.
There you go, set that death flag for yourself, buddy.
Having been raised as a mercenary, are you prepared to do such a thing?
Honestly speaking, I don't know. But I've got a lot of battlefield experience. I've seen some terrible things, and I've been in some pretty bad situations. If I become a knight, a true knight, I'll do anything to save people from suffering.
Very well. I look forward to seeing whether your words are genuinely meant or not.
By the way, I'm guessing you didn't come all the way to my room to talk about this.
Correct. You and I have been summoned by General Astar to receive new orders.
General Astar? I wonder what's up.
There is still time. If you have any business to attend to, I suggest you do it now. I shall wait. Once you have completed your preparations, return here.
Hold on. Let me stand in this light too.
Oh, that irritating little... So he thinks he's a knight. Him and his thug cronies. I'll get them. Oh, yes.
So here's what you do. You take some thumbtacks, you dip them in poison, and you put them all along the edge of the bottom of this door. Just to make sure that he steps on one or two as he's coming out. Or if you don't want to kill him, just spread some Legos out in front of his door.
We should get out of this job before it's too late. I don't want to...
It seems that new boy Zale.
I can't believe there's that sad look.
So I think this counts as the point where we're a knight. Their new book. Another book. Save that for later. Let's go see if we can get the reward for Mina's quest that we've been doing all this time. Ugh. Okay, I guess not yet. Well, either way, this is probably a good spot to end for today. We've only got a few minutes left. I already talked to him. Yeah, let's go read the new book, and then we'll save and end.
I hear that mercenary, Zale.
Decisive weapon. Hidden within Lazula's castle is a weapon of paranormal power. It is a decisive weapon that effectively harnesses the outsider's tremendous power to destroy all in its path. Power such as this, capable of obliterating an entire mountain in a single blast, must be used responsibly. It should serve solely as a deterrent for the protection of the Empire. This weapon should only be put to use in the very gravest of circumstances, where the survival of Lazula's island itself is at stake. Alright, so just going by what the books have revealed, we've already gotten the fortress. We have not yet fought and gained the summon that is supposed to only be used in dire situations. And we have not used the weapon that should only be used in the defense of the land, which surely someone will misuse. So at some point we're going to have to fight and gain our summon. Someone's probably going to misuse that decisive weapon. Possibly even having to use the summon to stop it from hitting or something. I'm throwing guesses out there. But yeah, this is where we're going to stop for today. So, we will continue tomorrow. We got almost all of the side quests done now. There's one in chapter 27, one in chapter 31, and at some point once I reach like level 40, because there was another one that was available in like chapter 8 or chapter 7, where it involved going swimming to a certain spot, and then it said you were going to have to I can't remember if it was 3 or 4, but you were essentially going to have to fight level 40 enemies. So I was basically waiting until I'm level appropriate to do that one. So you've essentially just got 3 side quests left, and about 17 3 side quests within 17 chapters. So I'm guessing there's probably going to be another long section of storyline, like when we first invaded the Garak forward base. But yeah, we'll continue this tomorrow, same time, 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. Check schedule below for what time that is in your area. So let me go ahead and give callouts, and then I'll end for today. So Nami, Arenji, Gamer, Ragna, Wabon, Haideru, Kaz. Thank you all for coming in and chatting with me while I play. Thank you, Nami, for the resubscribe, and thank you, Gamer Got a Game, for the raid. And thank you to anybody else who may have been lurking and watching. It's always appreciated. As I said, we'll continue this tomorrow. As for right now, let me see if I can find someone to read. Let's go ahead and jump in on Thurin, playing Mega Man Battle Network. Not sure which of the games, but... like, Mega Man Battle Network 5 is the one these... Alright. So, as per usual, let's go ahead and jump in, say hi. Hope to see you all next time, and until then.
Bye-bye, everybody!